All right, everybody. No music today. No real big fanfare. Running a little bit late, obviously. Finished up a game that I recorded for a new thing I'm doing in September called One Off Wednesday. So you'll have to tune in on Wednesday to figure out what that is. But I just finished that, and now I'm scrambling to get this board set up for this. So I do appreciate you guys checking in and hopefully forgiving my lack of accoutrements in the music department as far as the NBC game of the week. But the more important thing is to actually play the game. We are at inside pitch. And actually, when I started this little project, there were 4 game engines I was using. There was inside pitch, payoff pitch, Stratomatic, and Status Pro. But now that we're into the month of September, or almost in the month of September, rosters are expanding. And I found that Status Pro and Stratomatic do not include all the players. So going forward, for the rest of the regular season, I'm going to restrict this to just payoff pitch and inside pitch. So I'll try to rotate those. This week it's inside pitch because both payoff pitch and inside pitch have all the players. And I don't feel like trying to print off stuff from Stratomatic or anything else. So, and Status Pro, I probably just don't have the cards for certain players. So rather than go through all those issues, I figured the best thing to do is to just limit it to those 2 game engines, and then that way I won't have to worry about it. In the Stratomatic replay that I'm doing, not a replay, but I'm using the Stratomatic computer to simulate the rest of the 86 season. These are the records the 2 teams had coming into this game, which was played August 30th, 1986. Houston 76 and 52, Pittsburgh 68 and 59. Houston is in a deadlock battle with the Giants for that NFC West. So a lot of the games I'm going to be playing in September are going to be based on the pennant race, based on the Stratomatic computer, not necessarily what was the game of the week on NBC. Okay. Got that out of the way. Now let me bring the game up on the computer and see what you guys are seeing. And see if it all seems copacetic. We shall see. Let's see what kind of layout we got here. Looks like everything's pretty much into place. The board looked a little crooked, so let me fix that. I think that helps it out now. Hello, Robert. Hello, Brian B. and Kenyon Gray. Appreciate all of you guys showing up. I turned the lamplight off because I was afraid of glare. I think it's bright enough for everybody to see everything. You can let me know if it's too dark. I'll try to do something with the lighting, but I think it's about as good as I'm going to get it, to be honest with you. But hopefully you can see everything. The only disappointment I had is that when I printed out I was trying to use the Pirate colors, so I used yellow, black, and white. And when I printed off the white against this light gray, it's not really showing up to the positions here. So it's Bonds in center, Bonilla in right, Ray at second, Morrison at third, Diaz in left, Bream at first, Ortiz catching with Belliard at short, Rick Rhoden on the mound. Everything else, I think, obviously for the Astros, should show up pretty well. And the two starting pitchers, Jim DeShays for the Astros, Rick Rhoden for the Pirates. Here at the Astrodome in Houston, Texas. All right, thank you, Robert. I appreciate that. Again, since it's live, it's only 720p. It's not the 1080p that I could normally get if I'm recording. But we live with it. And like I said, I am doing a new, at least for the month of September. I'm not sure if it's going to go past that, but I am doing a month-long project called One Off Wednesday, where I'm taking games I don't normally play on the channel and playing them, all baseball games. So this Wednesday, we'll see what game I happen to choose to play, and it's going to be, I call it Off the Wall Wednesday, or One Off Wednesday. I guess is the better way to call it, is One Off Wednesday. It's just a one-off game from a game engine I don't usually play very often. So I just thought that would be a little bit different. And of course, hopefully that's going to be on Wednesday. But hopefully on Monday, I'm going to have the Stratomatic Demolition League Series 11, Matchup 1, which is going to be the Boston Red Sox traveling to Shea Stadium to take on the New York Mets. And if I remember the pitching matchup correctly, it's Wade Miley against Bartolo Colon. So that's going to be posting on Monday. All right, hello, Joe. How are you doing? I don't remember Krosick either. I don't know but he's there. So all I can tell you is he was listed as being on the roster. That's his card. Ray, I don't know how you pronounce it, Krosick. He was 0-1 in 12.1 inning or 12 and a third innings with a 7.30 ERA. So probably why he didn't stick around very long. But yeah, that's the thing that's the thing about having a game like inside pitch or payoff pitch. You get every card, so you get these off the wall guys or guys you're not used to seeing. Got what I consider the Houston Astro dice, the white and the orange with the blue D20, and hopefully that's got a pull for the Pirates, huh? Okay, well, we'll see what happens. Like I said, the battle is in the National League West between the Astros and the Giants on the Stratomatic computer. In fact, I'll go ahead and pull that up now. I should have done it earlier. But like I said, I'm kind of scrambling, and hopefully my voice holds out because I just finished recording an hour-long game just before this. So hopefully that's not going to be an issue. Let's see here. Okay, so both the Giants and the Astros have records of 76 and 52. Now, Cincinnati's come back a little bit. They're only 7.5 back, 7 in the loss column. They are 68 and 59. So it's possible Cincinnati can make a run. Now, the Pirates are in second place in the East, but they're 16.5 behind the Mets, so there's no way they're going to catch them. I'm showing this because of the Astros, not really because of the Pirates. Don't know where this little fly thingy came from. But that's why I'm showing this game, because of that, not because of the Pirates. The Pirates just happen to be who they're playing. But yeah, it's a dead heat in the National League West, and that's where the pennant race is. So that's what I want to try to focus on to try to keep the pennant race going. Hello, Tim Clee, baseball fan, formerly known as Tribe fan. Okay, I think all the preambles out of the way, and I think I've kind of hopefully gotten myself together after rushing to get the board changed up from the previous game I just recorded. Literally just finished that about 5 minutes ago. So hopefully I can catch my breath and we'll get going here. Leading off for the Pittsburgh Pirates is some guy named Barry Bonds. He's in center field against Jim Deshaies. Lefty on lefty matchup. And we are underway, and I'm counting on Robert to catch me if I make any errors. 1-3 is speaking of errors, is a possible error right out the bat. So let's see if there's a possible error on Barry Bonds, on his at bat, I mean. 5-2 is a split chance against a lefty. That's a double to center field. How about that? A double to center field. Error chance of a 10. Center fielder is Davey Lopes. He has no error rating. But Barry Bonds just hit a double, smacks a double to lead things off. And ironically, against the lefty, he gets the double. Kind of anti-split there, but he gets the double to lead things off. And that'll bring up Bobby Bonilla, who the Pirates acquired from the White Sox. So that's why he's listed as a White Sox card. Several players. Davey Lopes has got a Cubs card. Bonilla's got the White Sox card. That's just the way they do it in inside pitch. You're not going to get a card for each team, so you get a combined card, and I think it's whoever they played the most games for or whatever. I'm not sure how Chris does it. But either way you go. Strategy roll. 12, nothing happening. Deshaies to Bonilla. Infield is back, regular normal depth. 5-2, strikeout chance 13. Bonilla against the lefty is only an 8. And the stadium does add 1, but that only makes it a 9, so 13 does not fit. Bonilla gets to swing. 5-1, he's going to pop it up to first base, so pops it up to Glenn Davis, and of course, Bonds can't go anywhere. And there's one away for Johnny Ray. 2, let's see. Bonds' steal chance attempt is an 8. Cut it in half to go to third, it's a 4. So that's a 2. That 2 fits. Because Deshaies actually adds 1, so he can get a chance to steal third base with 1 out, which would be huge. His stolen base rating is a 17. Deshaies takes away 1, makes it a 16. The catcher in this case, Alan Ashby, is a +1, brings it back to a 17. So 1 to 17, he steals it. And he's in there, stolen base. So Barry Bonds steals third base. Huge play for Barry Bonds to steal third base and get in the scoring position with less than 2 outs. Huge play by Barry Bonds. And now the infield for the Astros has actually come in to try to choke the runoff. Bonds runs at a 4. That would make him a 2 on a ground ball. They can decide to send him or not. Deshays now with the havoc. Nothing happening. Here's Johnny Ray. Deshays to Ray. 4-3, and that is a range play at the Astrodome. So bring in the Astrodome for a range play. We get a 3-6. That's a blank, so we're not going to have a range play. We're going to have a rare play. And, of course, when I sat down, one thing I forgot in all my stuff of trying to transition from one game to the other, I forgot my charts. So let's get the rare play with the runner on base. See what happens. We get a 13. Rare play, runner on base, 13. Batter slides head first into first base. He is out trying to beat out a slow grounder to short. Runners advance. So Bonds is going to score because runners advance on that play. But Johnny Ray tries to slide head first to thing. Now we're going to check for the injury on Johnny Ray. As he tried to beat that play on a dive into first base. Johnny Ray's injury rating is a 0. So let's see, does that mean he can't get injured? Let's check it out here. Well, he could. He could still be injured. He could still be injured for the game for a roll of 4 or 5. So let's see what he rolls. He rolled a 2, so he's not injured. He will stay in the game. So run scores. Johnny Ray fights off the injury, and he will hang in the game. There are 2 outs, but according to the rule, base runners advance, infielder in or not. It didn't say anything about infield in. It said runner advances, so that's what I'm going by. And hopefully, Robert, that's the case. Despite the infield being in, it says the runners are going to advance. That's what the book says, or what the chart says. All right, here's Jim Morrison. People are strange. Deshays, 6-2. Home run question mark against a right-hander. Let's see, against a right-hander, it's a 1-13 chance. That's a 19, it fails. So no home run chance for Morrison, but let's see, 2-4, fly to center. That's going to end the inning. But the Pirates strike first, and mostly Barry Bonds. He doubles, steals third, and scores on the ground out. Kind of self-manufactured that run. And we go to the bottom of the first. It is Pittsburgh 1. And the Astros coming to bat. So Rick Rhoden's been given a 1-0 lead to protect against those Pirates. Rare play overrules all. That's good to know. And yes, the D20 is evil, but I figured on a 1-17, you kind of had to take that chance. Getting the guy on third base with less than 2 outs is huge. So, I mean, I just didn't see any chance they weren't going to send him. And if he gets thrown out, he gets thrown out, and you say good play by Alan Ashby. But I think you got to force the defense's hand on that. All right, so Davey Lopes, who was acquired from the Cubs, will lead things off for the Astros. Heath on the bench for the Pirates. Let's see if it's, I don't think it's Mike Heath. I think it's somebody else. It is, where'd he go? Why didn't I pull Mike? I thought I had a Heath. Why don't I have a Heath card? Did I miss something here? I know there's a Heath somewhere. Could have sworn it. I didn't pull his card, though. Good catch there. I don't know why I don't have his card. I have to look it up and see if he played on there. He may have, but it's by me at the moment. I'd have to look it up, to be quite honest with you. Probably won't get, I probably would use him as a, actually it says that Heath's a left-handed batter, so it's not Mike Heath. It's got to be some young guy named Heath. And he might have even been a PDF player. I got these rosters off Diamond Mine, so I didn't even really think to check that he might be a PDF player. Might be one of those guys. Might have been one of those guys that he had like 2 at-bats or something. So I think he's there for window dressing. I don't really see him being used in the game. Which is funny. I printed off a thing for him, but I don't see his card. So when I was getting the things together, I must have missed the fact that I didn't have his card. So that's kind of weird. Kind of lack of preparation there when I was getting everything together. But either way, like I said, I don't think it's really going to matter in this case. I do have the PDFs of Steve Kemp, so I don't know why I wouldn't have one of, and I have one for Rich Renteria, but I don't know why I don't have one for the other guy. So I don't know. That's a mystery right now that I don't know have the answer to, but we'll move on. Like I said, if we have to use Heath, I'll figure something out. Maybe he's on another team or something. So maybe that's a mistake. I don't know where that came from. Unless I mistyped Heath and I meant to put somebody else there. I do have cards for Allman, Pena, DiStefano, Washington, and Reynolds. You know, it should have been Orsulak. That's who it should have been, not Heath. I think what I do with these things here is I reuse these. When one game is over, I go in and edit them and change the colors around and change the teams. And I think Heath should have been Orsulak. So let me fix that. Good catch. Should have caught that myself. It's actually Joe Orsulak who's on the bench. So it's actually the slack man, Joe Orsulak, who is the sixth player on the bench. So I'm glad somebody caught that. Appreciate you catching that. All right, so it is Joe Orsulak if it comes to that, and he could definitely be a pinch hitter in this game. But obviously against the left-handed Deshays, they have him benched. So here is Davey Lopes against Rick Rhoden. Lopes 6-4 against Rhoden, and against a right-hander, that's a straight-up home run chance. That's a 1. That is gone. Davey Lopes, kaboom. A leadoff home run from Davey Lopes, and that ties the game right away. Boy, you get the 1 on the D20. Did somebody say D20s were evil? There you go. Rick Rhoden thinks they're evil. That is gone. Tie game. Here comes Craig Reynolds. And this is one of these rare cards that, not to belabor the point, but he had 313 at-bats, but he is rated strictly as a generic player, not lefty-righty. And I didn't change his home runs. I didn't bother to do that. 3-3 is a blank on Rhoden. We go to Reynolds, but he is playing against a right-hander, so that kind of nullifies it a little bit. 3-6, he's going to fly to right, 1 down. So Reynolds is retired, and that brings up Denny Walling. And you see Walling does have the splits, and he's got a 19 home run for righty, but a 0 against lefties. So very good card rated there for Denny Walling. He's also got extra hits on the right-hand columns and 4 of the blocks, so definitely well represented there. 5-5 for Rhoden is a possible error. See who the error might be on. That is a 1-4. It's a ground ball to second. Second baseman Johnny Ray, his error rating for Johnny Ray. Johnny Ray's error rating is a 1, so that 9's not going to take any chances on that at all. Johnny Ray, excellent fielder, will make the catch or make the play. Gets the good hop on the AstroTurf and takes care of it, no problem. That'll bring up Glenn Davis. 3-3 is a blank. We go to Glenn Davis's card. 1-1's ground ball to third and easily handled by Jim Morrison to end the inning. But we're all tied at 1 thanks to the Davey Lopes homer. And after 1 complete, we are tied at 1. And thank you for catching that. Joe Orsulak is the bench player, not Heath. So apologize for that one. That one a little snafu, but we're straight now. And Mike Diaz. The Pirates have a lot of righties in their lineup with lefties on the bench because of the left-handed hitting or pitching to Shays. Here's Mike Diaz. Deshays 4-5, and that is a double question mark against a right-hander. That is blank, so there's no play there. Diaz will get a chance. 2-4. Starline 3 is a fly to right, 1 down. 1 down, and that brings up Sid Bream. 1-2 is a strikeout chance. That's a 1, so obviously Bream is gone. D20 being evil again. Racked up Sid Bream, no problem. 2 down for Junior Ortiz. Hey, Ron, how you doing? Rusty Staub on the Pirates. I definitely wouldn't have gotten that one. He did play for the Astros, I thought, at one point. I know he played for the Tigers and the Expos and the Mets, but I thought he played for the Astros at one point too, but I'm not 100% sure. 6-1 for Deshays is the ballpark card going back to the Astrodome. At the Astrodome, 4-4. It is a star line 2, which is a fly to center. Easy inning for Jim Deshays, a 1-2-3 frame. A lot easier than the first inning turned out to be. We go to the bottom of the second, still 1-1. And that'll send up Kevin, either smallmouth or largemouth bass, depending on how you want to refer to him. Roden 2-4 against a switch hitter batting left. That's a walk plus. Walk plus. Robert has a name for those pluses. I forget what it is off the top of my head, but it's a walk, super walk. Maybe that's what he calls it. Super walk chance. He walks against a right-hander at a 7. The super walk makes it a 17. That is a 17, but the stadium takes away 1, drops it to a 16. So the 17 is not going to fit. Not going to fit. So even the super walk won't walk him. But Kevin Bass will get to swing. 4-2, it's a star 1, which is simply a ground ball to Johnny Ray for 1 away. And that will bring up Jose Cruz. 2-6, wild pitch, ball 1. Try again. 3-5, and that is a range play. So we'll see who the range check is on. Cruz, 5-4. That's a fly to center, but it's a range check of Mr. Barry Bonds in center field. And Bonds is rated as a 5. And he makes the catch. So 2 down. Barry Bonds tracks it down. 2 away, much to the dismay of some other people. And here's Alan Ashby. 2-5, and that is a strikeout chance. 4 gets him. That's going to end the inning. So both pitchers, a much more solid second inning than the first. And we now go to the top of the third, tied at 1. Super single for the single plus. Okay, I'll have to remember that. Oh, got a little, didn't, no, it's Rick Roden. Is it Rick Roden's car? Yeah, Rick Roden's car when I was separating apparently had a little hanger there, so. Rafael Belliard will lead things off for the Pirates. 4-4. That's another range play. Belliard, 3-6 is a single pass short, but it is a range check on the shortstop, Craig Reynolds. And Craig Reynolds at short is a 3. Can he get to it? He does not. It's going to get through for a base hit. So Rafael Belliard sneaks one past. He sneaks one past Mr. Reynolds for a leadoff single for Belliard. Let's see if he can get any kind of a jump. His attempt is a 3 plus 1 from Deshays. But he's going to stand pat. Rick Roden, a very good hitter, a 278 hitter on the season. So he's going to swing away. Infield is in halfway for the double play. 1-2 is a strikeout chance. 20, though, will not get him. Roden only strikes out as a 9. Stadium gives him a 10, but that's a 20. So Roden swings. 5-6. Question mark 7. It goes through a 9, but that's a 12, so it's just going to be a fly to left. Hauled in by Jose Cruz for out number 1. Flip the order over now to Barry Bonds. 7, nothing happening on that. 6-3, and that is a strikeout chance for Bonds, and that's a 1, so Barry Bonds goes down swinging. 2 down. And that's going to bring up Mr. $1 Million Bobby Bonilla. And somebody commented earlier, yeah, the 4 is kind of high to me for that kind of range. I do believe the 1 in center, and I believe the 2 at first. Not sure about the 3 and the 4. But that's how Chris rated them, so maybe the statistics, bear that out. We'll see. Strategy roll. Nothing happening. Deshays, 5-4 is a walk chance. 4, he will walk him. So Bonilla draws the 2-out walk, and Belliard will move to second. Pirates have something cooking with 2 outs here in the top of the third. And Johnny Ray, your batter. 20, chance of a balk or a pickoff. He's got a 1 to 10 balk, an 11 for a pickoff. That's a 2, so he's going to balk the runners over to second and third. A balk called on Jim Deshaies. And now the runners are in scoring position with 2 outs, 1 swing of the bat. And you've got potentially 2 runs. Strategy roll again. Nothing happening. Deshaies, 4-1 strikeout chance, but that's a 20, so Ray will get to swing. 3-1, single to left field. That's going to score Belliard, might score Bonilla. Check Bonilla's run rating. He runs at a 3. There are 2 outs, makes him a 4. Single to left, the left fielder arm, Cruz. Let's check his arm rating. Cruz's arm rating is a +1. That's even going to add to it more. That will make him a 5. So I think he's going to score automatically without even worrying about a throw. Score from second to home on a single to left. You add 1, makes it a 6, so he scores automatically. You don't even have to worry about a throw. He's going to score automatically. And that is a 2-run single off the bat of Johnny Ray. He comes through. Johnny Ray, 2-run single. And the Pirates now take a 3-1 lead. All this happening with 2 outs. And that'll bring up Jim Morrison. And the Giants are loving this result so far. Havoc roll 20, chance for another balk or a pickoff. That's a 5, his second balk of the inning. So Jim Deshaies, that's got to be a record for me, having 2 balks in 1 inning. Much less a game, but that's 2 balks in 1 inning. And Deshaies puts Johnny Ray in scoring position. Strategy roll again. Another 20. Could he balk him again? He does. He balks him over to third. That's the 3rd balk of the inning. I don't know, Robert, do I put a kibosh on that after so many balk chances? I mean, it's getting to be unrealistic if you get to that point, I think. I don't know. You can let me know. That seems rather strange to keep. I mean, the D20 just keeps coming up as a 20. What do you want me to tell me? 1, so we're not going to have it this time, thank goodness. Here's Morrison. Deshaies to Morrison, 6-6, strikeout chance 12 is too high. It's only going to be a 9 with the ball parking. So Morrison gets the swing. 2-4 is going to fly to center, and that's going to end the inning. But damage done. 2-run single from Johnny Ray, and Deshaies escapes 2 balks, or 3 balks in the inning, I should say. And we're going to go to the bottom of the 3rd. It is 3-1 Pirates. And Jim Pankovitz, second baseman, is up. I'm not sure why Bill Doran wasn't playing this game. I guess maybe a day game after a nighty or something. I don't know. Here's Roden. 6-3, strikeout chance against a righty, and he got him. So Pankovitz out on strikes, 1 away. And that's going to bring up Deshaies, who was a horrid 0-47 hitter. 3 hits. Well, see, he had 43 at-bats. I don't know how many hits he had, but he had 43 at-bats. 0-47 is your average. 4-3. Ballpark card. He might catch a break on the ballpark card, though. How about that? You can catch a break on the ballpark card and get a hit off the ballpark card. Potentially. 1-6 is going to fly to left, though, so no chance of a hit off the ballpark card. 2 down, and that's going to flip it over now to Davey Lopes, who homered for the only run of the game for the Astros. 3-5 and split chance. No, it's not. I'm sorry. I was looking at 4-5. 3-5 is a range play. Range play on Lopes' card. 1-6 is a double to right field, so Lopes has a chance to double, but it is a range check of Mr. Bobby Bonilla and his 4 range that people were questioning, but he does have a 4 range. That's the way they rated him. It's a 6, though. He's not going to get it. Lopes is going to double. So Lopes homers, and now he doubles. Boy, what a pickup he was from the Cubs. He homers, and now he doubles. And with 2 outs, that brings up Craig Reynolds. Nothing on the Havoc. 3-1, double question mark against a left-hander is a blank. So Reynolds will swing. 6-4, he's going to single past second base, and I'm sure Lopes will score on that with 2 outs. Lopes runs as a 4 with 2 outs, makes him a 5. And to score from second on the S4, all you need is a 2. So obviously Lopes scores without a throw. And a RBI single from Craig Reynolds cuts the lead to 3-2. So back come the Astros. Reynolds with an attempt of 1 and a +1 from Roden gives him a 2. But that's a 17, so nothing happening. Now Denny Walling. 3-4 for Roden is a possible error on a ground ball. Walling 1-4, ground ball to second. That's a 15. We already know Johnny Ray's a 1, so no error. He will make the play and the inning's over. But the Astros creep back and get one of those runs back. And at the end of 3, it's 3-2, favor the Pirates. And Deshaies back out to face Mike Diaz. It'll be Diaz, Bream, and Belliard due up in the top of the 4th. 3-2, favor of the Pirates. 5-1, strikeout chance. He got him. So Diaz out on strikes. Ends up Sid Bream. 4-5, and that's a double question mark. Against the lefty, a single is a 1-10. That's a 7, so Sid Bream gets himself a base hit. Apparently, Deshaies was better against righties in certain cases because he just gives up a single to the lefty, Sid Bream. Bream has an attempt of 3. I guess this is before his knees went bad. He's got an attempt of 3 plus the 1 from Deshaies makes him a 4. 10, nothing happening. Here's Junior Ortiz. I guess he's catching a day game after a night game and giving Pena the day off. 5-2, strikeout chance. 3, got him. So Junior Ortiz strikes out for out number 2. And that brings up Rafael Belliard. Nothing on the Havoc. 4-2, strikeout chance. 9. Against the lefty, he strikes out as a 9. Stadium adds 1, gives him a 10, so that 9 fits. Belliard is gone, and the inning's over. So the inning is over, and we go to the bottom of the 4th. It was a 3-2 ball game. And just as a shameless plug, if anybody had not seen yet the Buffalo Bees game from last night, you might want to at least check out the first minute or so, maybe 2 minutes, of the pregame show, so that you can hear Kip Scarry singing Friends in Low Places. That's obviously going to be the highlight of the whole video. All right. Bottom of the 4th we go. Glenn Davis. (5-2) blank. We go to Glenn Davis. 2-1. He's going to fly to center, 1 away. 1 down, and that's going to send us to Kevin Bass. Roden, 4-2. That's a strikeout chance, 13. Going to be a little high for Kevin Bass, so he gets the swing. 5-4, and that is a star 2, which is going to be a ground ball to short for out number 2. 2 down for Jose Cruz. 5-4 for Roden is going to be a potential walk. That's a 2, so Jose Cruz will draw the 2-out walk. And the Astros try to see if they can get something going here. And with Alan Ashby. Now Cruz, attempt is a 1. +1 from Roden would give him a 2. But nothing's going to happen. So we go to Alan Ashby. 3-3 from Roden is a blank. Ashby will swing. 6-4, it's a single to center field. Cruz possibly can move up. Barry Bonds' arm is a -1, though, so that takes away the 2-out advantage. That evens that out. Cruz runs as a 2 to get from first to third on a single to center. You lose 1, makes him a 1, so he has to have a 1 to move up. And he does, so how about that? Cruz moves up on the base hit. And base hit for Alan Ashby. And I believe since it's a 1, that we get to roll off Ashby's base running rating, and if we roll a 1, he would take second on the throw. If we get 2 through 6, he has to hold it first. I believe that's the way it goes when you roll a 1 on the first check. So we're going to roll And if we get a 1 again, he goes to second base. We do not, so he stays at first. So hopefully, I think that's the way it goes. Like I said, when you play so many games, sometimes you get the rules interchanged, and they get a little confusing when you don't play games all the time the way you should, or the way I used to, where I just played one game all the time. All right, so here's Jim Pankovits. Runners at the corners, 2 down. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Roden, 6-2, strikeout chance, and a 1 on the D20 gets him. Pankovits goes down on strikes to end the inning. And the Astros leave him on the corners and come away empty-handed, much to the chagrin of Jim Deshaies, who wanted some run support. But we go to the 5th. It's still 3-2 in favor of the Buccos. Hello, Mike. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Thank you for confirming that, Robert. I thought that was the case. I remember most of the things. Once in a while, something may cross my mind and makes me question my rulings, but hopefully I got that right, and my thought process was the way it should have been. Here's Rick Roden and his 278 average. Deshaies 4-6, possible error on a throw. Roden 2-5, that's a single pass short. There's no real throw to worry about. And I don't think, I'll check the chart for an error, but I think on an S6 on an error on a throw, that doesn't come into play, but I'll double check it. Actually, we're checking to see if the fielder threw the ball away. Now that I'm looking at it. Infield single who wants to race advancement on a bad throw. So actually it was a bad throw because the blue die came up as a 1. So Reynolds, I stand corrected. Reynolds' error rating is a 5, so it will be an error. So Rick Roden will infield single, and then he'll take second on the throwing error by Reynolds, and that'll put Roden at second base with 1 out. So the error on throw really hurt him there. Deshaies, nothing on the havoc. Here's Barry Bonds, back to the top of the order. 2-5, that's a walk plus, so Barry Bonds will draw the base on balls. And all of a sudden now, Mr. Deshaies running into some problems. 2 on, nobody out for Bobby Bowe. Nothing on the havoc roll. Deshaies to Bonilla, 4-1, strikeout chance, and he got him. Big strikeout there. He strikes out Bonilla. Boy, the D20's coming up with a lot of 1s, and that one paid off for Deshaies. That'll bring up Johnny Ray. Double play gets him out of the inning now. Nothing on the havoc. 6-5, strikeout chance. Not going to do it. That's too much. Here's Johnny Ray. 5-4 is a star 4, which is a ground ball to third, so it's a possible double play, but with runners at first and second and a ground ball hit to third, we first have to determine where the ball is. Is it down the line? Is it in the hole? Whatnot. So we roll 1d6. If it's a 1-2, it's toward the line. If it's 3-4, it's right at third base. If it's 5-6, it's in the hole. So it's a 4, which means it is right at third base. Choice of force only at third or try for the double play at second and first. So they got the option. You can either step on third, get the force, make it 2 outs, and put runners at first and second, or if you're feeling lucky, you try for the double play. Unfortunately, Deshaies has a -1 double play rating. He is a 3, minus the 1, but you get the +1 for the infield being halfway, would bring it back to a 3. The pivot, in this case, Pankovits, probably not very good. He's a 0 pivot. So it'd be a 1-3. If you roll a 1-3, it's a double play and you're out of the inning. If you don't, then the runner's going to get to third safely and either have second, third, or first and third, or you take the shore out at third and leave runners at first and second. I think you have to try for the double play here. So it's a 1-3 for a double play. And they get it. So it pays off. It's going to be round the horn, 5-4-3 double play. Nice play turned in by Denny Walling at third. And they do the round the horn, and that's going to be it for the Buccos. We go to the bottom of the 5th, and that's where you take the chance, and it paid off. Bottom of the 5th, it's 3-2. 3-2 in favor of the Bucks, and Jim Deshaies, the pitcher, will lead off. And he's not a very good hitter, obviously, at a 0.47 clip. But last time he was at the ballpark card, he might have got a hit that way. 4-2 is a strikeout chance, though, so he is gone. At a 38, he's definitely going to be gone. So Deshays is out of there, and that brings up Lopes, and he's really been a thorn in their side. 4-3 is the ballpark card, so I'm going back to the Astrodome for Davey Lopes. 6-4, and that's another rare play. This one with the bases empty. So bases empty, we go to the Astrodome. Bases empty, rare play. 44. 44, ball in the dirt, gets past the catcher pads, repitch, check for catcher injury. Well, I'm not doing injuries. So, or should I do injuries? I guess I am doing injuries, aren't I? So we're going to check for injury here on Ortiz. See if he hurt himself. He's an injury 4. So let's see. Does that mean he's automatically injured? Yeah, he's automatically injured. I mean, if you're doing a season replay, you check for how many games. But since this is just a one-game thing, he's automatically going to be injured. So he will have to come out, and Tony Pena, who was hoping to get the day off, will have to come in and catch. So Tony Pena was expecting the day off, but it's not going to work that way. Junior Ortiz is out, and Tony Pena is in. So Pena will be the new catcher. And still at bat is Davey Lopes. But Pena is the new catcher, and Ortiz is gone. So it is going to be Pena who is the new catcher. So Pena is aboard, and I'm going to double check the roll, make sure nothing else happened. Just says repitch is all it says. So that's what we go with. So here's Dave. I guess this may be ball 1 on the batter or something. I don't know. So here's Road to Lopes. He's got a new battery mate now with Tony Pena. 2-3 is the ballpark card again. So we're going right back to the Astrodome. 5-6. That is a fly to left. Lopes is out of there. 2 down. And that'll bring up Craig Reynolds. One is a range play. Reynolds, 2-5 is a star 5, which is a fly to left, but it is a range check on the left fielder Diaz. Mike Diaz, and his range is only a 2. So let's see if he can get to that. He does not. Is it a single or a double? It's only a 2, so it is going to be a single. So Craig Reynolds drops in a single in front of Mike Diaz, a 2-out single, as Diaz cannot range to get it. Reynolds is aboard. His attempt is only a 1. +1 from Rodin's a 2. So nothing happening. And here's Denny Walling. 6-1, strikeout chance 19 is way too high for that, so Walling will swing. 5-4, ground ball to second. That's going to end the inning, as Ray will just go the short way to first to take care of the Astros here in the bottom of the 5th. So 5 complete from the Dome, and it is 3-2 Pirates still hanging on to that lead. Jim Deshays can face 23 batters, according to his card. And I believe now he has faced 21, so he's getting close to being tired. So bullpen activity starting for the Astros, as they do have right-hander Aurelio Lopez, Senor Smoke, loosening in the bullpen. So Senor Smoke is loosening in the bullpen for the Stros. 6-4, and that's a straight-up home run chance. That's a 10 against a lefty. That's a 12. It is gone. Kaboom. Jim Morrison says, light my fire, and he did it with a home run as he crushes that Deshays offering. And now Senor Smoke loosening a little bit more fervently in the bullpen. It is now 4-2 Pirates. And again, the Giants are loving this. So here's Diaz. 4-5, and that is a double question mark since the right-hander is blank. Go to Diaz. 2-1, single to left field. So, yeah, I think Mr. Deshays may be running out of gas. Single from Diaz. They will let him face the lefty Bream, but that's going to be it. He's not going to. This is going to be his last batter right here. 5 is going to be up there too high. Nothing's going to happen. Infield is double play depth. 4-4, and that is a range play. And remember, the infield is going to lose 1 on the range if it goes to an infield check. 6-5 is a single pass first, but it is a range check on Glenn Davis. His range is a 4, but they're playing halfway, makes him a 3. So the range check is a 3. And he makes the range check. Now, is it a double play or not? That's the question. So Bream, double play rating's a 3, but -1 from DeShays is a 2. You don't get anything from the first baseman, so it stays the same. Craig Reynolds' pivot is a 0. So we're looking at a 1 to 2 for a double play. It's a 2, so they do turn it. So a great play by Glenn Davis, and they turn a 3-6-3 double play on Sid Bream. Boy, talk about getting out of a jam. Now the question is, do you let DeShays go ahead and finish the inning with the bases clear against the new catcher, Tony Pena, his first at bat? Or do you just go to Senor Smoke and say, forget about it? I think they're going to Senor Smoke. They're going to make the move to the bullpen. Pitcher spot doesn't come up for a little while. So that's going to be all for Jim DeShays. He will get the exit. And coming on will be right-hander. When he's with the Pirates, when he's with the Tigers, he was known as Senor Smoke, but right now he's there. I don't know about how much smoke he's doing now, but Aurelio Lopez is your pitcher, and he's in there to try to keep the score right where it is at 4-2, facing Tony Pena, the new catcher, after the Ortiz injury. 6-1 blank. We go to Tony Pena. 6-5 ground ball to short, and that's going to end the inning. So Lopez certainly did the job there. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 4-2 Pittsburgh. Rick Rhoden is on. He can face 30 batters, so he's definitely good to go. And Glenn Davis will lead it off for the Stros. 6-5. That's a range play at the Astrodome. So we're going to the Astrodome for a range check. Range check at the Dome. 2-5, and that is a single to right field, but it is a range play. Right fielder is Bonilla. He's a 4. Remember that questionable rating, but he is a 4. And he won't get it. How about that? So I guess, as someone said, justice is served once again. It'll be a single for Glenn Davis, as despite the 4 rating, Bonilla was not able to get to that. So Glenn Davis, a leadoff single, and back come the Astros. Nothing on the Havoc. We go to Kevin Bass's at bat, infield double play depth. Rhoden 3-2. That's an automatic star line. And we got to roll and see what the out actually is. It's a 3, which is a fly to center, 1 away. So Kevin Bass flies out to Bonds. 1 down, and that's going to bring up Jose Cruz. Nothing on the Havoc. Rhoden 2-6. Wild pitch possibility. That's a 15, though, so it's no wild pitch. It's going to be blocked by Pena. Just ball 1. 1-3 is a blank. We go to Jose Cruz. 1-6 is a single to left field for Jose Cruz. Let's see if Glenn Davis can advance to third. Probably not. Left fielder arm Diaz, I believe I said, was he a 0? Diaz is a 0 arm. And Glenn Davis runs at a 2. Go from first to third on a single to left, you lose 2, so that's a 0. So he has no chance to make third. He has to hold. There'll be no throw needed because he has to hold. But 2 are on with 1 out, and Alan Ashby, the batter. Maybe some chinks in the armor of Rhoden. Nothing on the Havoc. Here's Alan Ashby, infield looking to turn 2. 1-6, and he's not tired, so there's no single there. Go to Ashby. 4-2 is a fly to center. That's out number 2. 2 down, and now it's Jim Pankovitz. Nothing on the Havoc. Rhoden 4-4. Home run question mark against a right-hander. It's a 1-16. That passes. Jim Pankovitz has a 7. If we roll a 1-7, it's a 3-run homer for Jim Pankovitz. No, just missed it. But he does get to swing. He's not out. He does get to swing. So Pankovitz will swing. 1-6. He's going to ground to short to end the inning. So Pankovitz had a chance. It was a glimmer, but it went foul. Hooked foul and didn't quite get a chance to be the hero. So nothing doing for the Stros through 6 complete. The score is 4-2 Pirates. And Senor Smoke back out. He will lead off next inning, or the bottom half of the inning, so they want him to complete this inning if at all possible. It'll be Belliard, Roden, and Bonds, unless they want to pinch hit for Roden, which I don't think they're going to do. They're going to let Roden continue. So Belliard, the first batter up against Senor Smoke. 1-5 is a range play. 4-3, and that is a single to to left field, but it is a range check. So we're checking Jose Cruz to see if he can stop this base hit. Cruz is a 4. And he does. He does. So Belliard gets robbed of a base hit by Jose Cruz. Nice play by Jose Cruz. Makes the play. 1 down for Rick Roden. No slouch at the plate by any means. 1-5 is another range play. Roden, 1-3 is a ground ball right back to Lopez. He's only a 1. That's the problem there. That's going to get through for us. Yep, it gets through for a single. So Rick Roden puts it right by Senor Smoke. And Senor Smoke, I think, had too many enchiladas and couldn't quite get to it. He's right up there with Big Fat Floyd Rayford, in my opinion, as far as his girth. So here's Barry Bonds. Strategy roll, nothing happening. We will be doing strategy rolls for one more inning. If we get to the 8th and the score stays the same, then strategy rolls will be off. Here's Lopez, 6-1, blank. We go to Barry Bonds. 4-3, and that's a ground ball to third. Possible double play, but his double play rating is a 1. -1 from Lopez is a 0. Halfway brings it back to a 1. The pivot is a 0. So this has to be a 1 to be a double play. It is not. It's a 4, so they'll get the force on Roden. And Bonds will take over at first base on the 5-4 fielder's choice. Out number 2, but now Bonds has a chance to steal a base perhaps. He's got an attempt of 8. And Lopez actually adds 2 to that to make it a 10. It's an 11, so no stolen base there. And you don't hit and run with 2 outs. So Bobby Bonilla will step up. 2-2, and that's the ballpark card. So we're going right back to the Astrodome once again for the Bonilla at bat. 4-1 is a single plus 7. So it's a single plus, which means Bonds automatically gets third. Bonilla now with a chance to extend that to a double. In fact, he has to try it. There is no option not to try it. Bonilla runs at a 3. The left fielder arm, in this case, Jose Cruz, checks in as a +1 arm to make him a 4. So 1-4, and he will extend this to a double. And he does. So Bonilla stretches that to a double. And all of a sudden, second and third with 2 down for Johnny Ray. And, boy, Senor Smoke maybe feeling it here. Do they stick with Senor Smoke? I think they're going to have to. They're going to let him do that. Nothing on the havoc. Here's Johnny Lopez to Johnny Ray. 6-6, and that's a hit by pitch chance. He's a 3, but -10, so no hit by pitch. Johnny Ray will swing. 4-5, and he's going to single pass second base. So maybe maybe should have done something else besides Lopez, but he really had no choice. It was off a Rays card. Bonds will score. Bonilla most likely will score as well with 2 outs. Single pass, he's a 3, becomes a 4 with 2 outs, so he will score as well. It's a 2-run single from Johnny Ray, and Johnny Ray has definitely been a thorn in the side of the Astros. It is now 6-2 ball game. Pirates lead it, and Lopez is probably in need of relief, but with 2 outs, I think, and the pitcher spot leading off, they really don't want to burn another pitcher. Strategy rolls are now off, so just go ahead and pitch to Morrison. 2-6 is a potential walk, and he does walk him. So Morrison walks, and now they may have to go to the bullpen either way, whether they want to or not, because I think Senor Smoke is about done. Might be looking at a double switch. So we're going to double switch. And somebody had asked me in an earlier video how to do a double switch, and I promised them I would show them on a separate video, but maybe we'll explain it here just to give those that aren't sure how to do it and why you do it. Well, you do it because the pitcher is going to lead off the next inning, so you don't want to bring a relief pitcher in and have to pinch hit for him right away. You rather let him stay in the game a while. So to do that, you do what's called a double switch. and you take out one of your other defenders and replace him in the new player in the pitcher spot and move the pitcher to wherever the previous player was. In this case, Pankovits made the last out, so it makes most sense to replace Pankovits, put the pitcher here, and put a new second baseman here. So that's what we're going to do. We'll put Bill Doran. He's going to come into the game for Pankovits, but he's not going to hit in the Pankovits spot. We're going to double switch it, and Doran's going to be in the number 9 spot, and the new pitcher is going to be in this spot. So I'm sure that was clear as mud, but that's kind of the gist of the double switch and why you do it, because now in the bottom of the inning, Doran leads off, not the pitcher, and you could conceivably leave the pitcher in for 2 innings or so before his time at bat comes up. So that's the reasoning behind that. So somebody asked me that, so just a quick Reader's Digest version, I guess you want to call it. So first things first, we need to know who the new pitcher is, and the new pitcher is going to be Larry Anderson. Or do they go with? Yeah, he's got 7 batters he can face. So Larry Anderson is your new pitcher. So Anderson will bat in the number 8 spot, and Doran, the new second baseman, will now bat in the number 9 position. So Doran will actually lead off next inning instead of the pitcher. And Pankovits is gone from the game. All right. Now, Diaz is your batter. Anderson is your new pitcher. 2 outs, 2 on, 2 in. Score 6-2. Anderson now, we'll have strategy roll. We're not going to have strategy roll because of the score being what it is, so we just let Anderson pitch. 4-5 is a strikeout chance. 14 is too high, so Diaz will get the swing. Diaz, 6-6 is a liner to third. That's going to end the inning. Could have been a chance for a double play, but there were already 2 outs, so that's going to end the frame. And the Pirates put up 2 runs to take a 6-2 seemingly commanding lead over the Astros. Although this is inside pitch, as Robert would like to say, it's inside pitch, so you never know what could happen. No lead is safe, I think is the term that Robert used in inside pitch. So, the Astros are a good team, so doesn't mean they can't come back. It's not like the game's over or anything like that. So we are now at the 7th inning stretch, and since this is my 2nd consecutive game in a row, I know I definitely need to stretch myself. I don't know about anybody else, so I'm going to stand up and stretch a bit as we enjoy Take Me Out to the Ball Game. All right. 7th inning stretch is complete. I feel better now that I've stood up for a couple of seconds. Probably need to stand up for a while, but we'll meander through the rest of this game. Then after this game is over, I'm going to take about a 15-minute break and then record the Red Sox and Mets in the Stratomatic Demolition League so I can have that ready for Monday. All right. Saturday is a lot of my recording day because I've got the house to myself, so it's easier to do it that way. Can be in the main room where I got more room and everything else, so it just makes it easier. All right, so Bill Doran, who's now batting in the number 9 position thanks to the double switch, he will lead off for the first time against Rick Rhoden. 3-3 is a blank. Go to Doran. 4-6, that's a single pass short, so right away, Bill Doran makes his presence felt. I don't know if it's the presence felt with authority like Nuke LaLoosh, but he did make his presence felt. He's on the bases, but down 6-2, no strategy roll, no steal chances, no nothing. Davey Lopes now to the plate. 4-6 from Rhoden is a strikeout chance, and again, the evil number 1 is going to do the trick, and Lopes is out of there. 1 down for Craig Reynolds. 2-3, and that's the ballpark card again. So again, we go to the Astrodome to see what happens here at the Dome. 4-3 is a fly to center, so nothing really happened there. Reynolds flies to center, 2 down for Denny Walling. And the Astros starting to run out of outs. This is batter number 30 for Roden, so he will be tired after this at bat. 6-3 against Walling, the lefty. That's a blank, so we let Walling swing. 4-5, and that's a ground ball to second to end the inning. And that's going to do it for the Astros. It might do it for Roden. He's gone 7 innings, and that might be enough for them with a 4-run lead. They may go ahead and go to the bullpen the remainder of the game. We shall see. He's going to set to bat fourth, but he's such a good hitter, you almost hate to pinch hit for Rick Roden, but he is a pitcher after all, so I guess it does make sense to do that. We go to the top of the 8th, 6-2 Pirates. Sid Bream leads things off against Anderson, 3-2, and that's a straight-up single against the lefty. So Sid Bream, automatic single against the left-hander. So having Anderson face a lefty was not good in that situation. He's got a lot of singles against left-handers, so that was a dangerous move, I guess, to leave him in there. But now you got the righty Pena. 4-6 is a blank. Go to Pena. 3-1, that's a double to right field. Double to right field. The right fielder for the Astros is Kevin Bass. His right field arm is a +1. Bream runs at a 3. That makes it the +1 makes it a 4. To score from first on a double to right field, you subtract 1, that makes it a 3 again. So 1-3, Bream will score. It's a 5. He's got a hold at third base. So Pena cracks a double. He makes his presence felt after replacing the injured Junior Ortiz. So Pena doing what he does best, causing some havoc, and now trying to find his, I know I printed off his little base running guys, and I can't figure out what happened to him. He's in there hiding somewhere. Now I can't find his little thingy. Don't know what happened to it. I know it's in here somewhere. I just didn't remember where I put it. So we will just have to use, unless they fell on the floor. No, I don't see them there. I don't know what happened to them. They were here a second ago. I don't know what could have possibly happened to them unless I could put something on top of them by mistake, which I don't think I did. Well, we're just going to use this bogus Heath number here and put him there at second base just to replicate Mr. Pena. Second and third, nobody out. Infield has to come in. Rafael Belliard, the batter. 1-3 is a double question mark against a right-hander. That's a 1-18. That's a 17, so that's an S1. Both runners will score. And the Pirates are piling it on. A 2-run single by lowly Rafael Belliard. And that makes the score 8-2. And now you got Rick Roden's spot coming up. So I think they're going to go ahead and pinch hit for Roden just to give somebody an extra chance to pinch hit. And then we're going to have Benny DiStefano pinch hit for the Pirates. And we'll get a new pitcher as well for Rick Roden, as he's solidly looking to get the victory, get the win in this game. It's now 8-2. Larry Anderson might be the sacrificial lamb here for the Astros, as they are just getting pummeled right now. But Benny DiStefano will be the pinch hitter. Anderson, 2-2. And against the lefty, that's a single. And again, an S1. Let's see if Belliard can get third. S1, you need a 4 through 6 to get third. Belliard runs at a 3, so he cannot get third. He will stop at second. So Benny DiStefano with a pinch hit single. And now here's Barry Bonds, and I think they're going to go to a lefty out of the bullpen and mercifully get Larry Anderson out of there. He can't handle lefties for sure. He gets pummeled by lefties. So they're going to go to the one lefty they had in the bullpen. That's Jeff Calhoun. And Calhoun will come on to try to deal with some of these left-handed hitters. Jeff Calhoun is on to face Barry Bonds. First and second, still nobody out. 2 runs are already in. 2 are on. Calhoun, 3-5, and he would be, if he was tired, it'd be a single, but he's not tired, so we'll go to Bonds. 3-5 again, and against a lefty, he's going to single pass second base. Well, you can't catch a break, can you? Single pass second base on an S4 to score from second. All he needs a 2, so Belliard will score. DiStefano, he runs at a 3 and get from first to third on an S4. First to third, all he needs is a 3, so he will take third. So DiStefano motors over to third. Barry Bonds adds to the misery for the Astros. 3 runs in the inning now, and it is now 9-2 ball game. I don't even think payoff pitch could help this. Inside pitch could help this one. This is just getting out of hand big time. Still nobody out. Here's Bobby Bonilla. Infield back for the double play. They need outs. 5-6 is a walk plus or a super walk, whatever you want to call it. So that's going to load the bases as Bonilla draws a walk to load the bases for Johnny Ray. Infield now in. 3-1 is a strikeout chance, and he strikes out Ray. He's a 5 plus the 1 is a 6, so we get the out. Mercifully, they get an out there. But Morrison, the batter, now a right-hander, so they're going to pull Calhoun and go to right-hander Charlie Kerfeld to try to save some dignity. They will go to Charlie Kerfeld. That leaves their closer, Dave Smith, as the only bullpen arm remaining. But desperate times call for desperate measures. Infield still in. 4-1 strikeout chance. He got him, so Kerfeld gets the strikeout there. A big strikeout for out number 2. And now here's Diaz. 4-4, that is a range play. Infield back because there's 2 outs. 4-5, and that is a ground ball to third. So we're checking the range of the third baseman. That is Denny Walling. His range is a 5. Unbelievable. I didn't think he was that good of a range, but he is a 5. So unless this is as long as this is not a 6, he'll make the play and the inning's over. And he does. So it doesn't matter where the out goes. We'll just say he steps on the bag because it's a force at any base. Like I said, it doesn't really matter. 3 runs come in for the Pirates. They now lead it 9-2 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. And the Pirates might do a double switch of their own just so that one pitcher can maybe pitch all the innings and not have to burn 2 pitchers. So let's see how they want to work this. Last out was made by Diaz in left field. So they're going to actually, let's see what they want to do with this. New pitcher in the game for the Pirates is going to be, you know what, to be interesting, we're going to use this guy I've never heard of. In a 9-2 game, why not? We're going to use him. He can only face 5 batters, so there won't be any double switches going on. He's just in there to pitch the 8th inning and see if he can survive. I want to see if his card can survive. See if he can do a Gloria Gaynor and survive. And it's a 9-2 game, and it's going to be Glenn Davis, Kevin Bass, and Jose Cruz here in the bottom of the 8th of a 9-2 game. It was 3-2, but not anymore. They've pummeled the Astros bullpen into submission. 2-5 off of Kroshik or whatever his name is, and the first result is the Astrodome. So go to the ballpark card. 4-3 is a fly to center, so 1 away. So his first out doesn't even come off his own card. It comes off the Astrodome. Catches a break there, 1 away for Kevin Bass. 1-2 is a strikeout chance, and that's a 1, so he got him. How about that? Struck him out. 2 down for Jose Cruz. Maybe we'll let him pitch the 9th inning as well. Who knows? 2-4, and that's a potential error on a throw. 2-3 is a fly to left. You don't have to worry about an error. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Mr. Kroshik, or whatever. Almost sounds like crotch. It's Kroshik, I guess, is how you pronounce it. I don't really know. Don't know anything about him. Never even heard of him. If it wasn't for inside pitch, I'd have never known he pitched for the Pirates. So 9-2 ball game. We go to the top of the 9th, and Kerfeld will stay out there and try to finish the inning out and get it over with. Sid Bream starts out the Krawczyk. Okay, Krawczyk, is that how you pronounce it? You still have to be careful how you say that because it sounds like a area of the body somehow, so I don't want to get into that. Here's Sid Bream. 5-1's a walk chance, 8, and he will walk him, so a leadoff walk. That's the last thing they need is to put more base runners on, but they just did it with a leadoff walk. And unless you want to bring in your closer, Dave Smith, it's Kerfeld or bust. Here's Tony Pena. 4-5, and that is a strikeout chance. He's not tired yet. That is a too high, though, so no strikeout for Pena. He will swing. 3-3, and he's going to pop it to short, out number 1. So 1 down for Mr. Belliard. 5-1 is a walk chance. 17 is way too high for that, so we go to Belliard. 6-1, question mark 8, and he's got also a neutral card. No, he doesn't. I'm sorry, he does not have a neutral card, but against a right-hander, it goes up to 20. It's an automatic hit. That's a 12, so that'll be a double to center field. A double to center field for Rafael Belliard. And the question is, can Sid Bream score? On a double to center, you add 1. Bream runs at a 3, makes him a 4. Center fielder arm, Davey Lopes, is probably not very good. He's a 0. So it's a 1-4 to score Belliard. To score Bream, rather. And he does score. And it's a 1, so it's a chance for Belliard to take the extra base. He does not. So Belliard settles with a double, an RBI double for light-hitting Rafael Belliard. And now it's a 10-2 ball game. And the pitcher spot is due up, and Krawczyk is going to bat. They're not going to pinch hit for him. They're going to let him bat. So we need to get the pitcher hitting card, the generic pitcher hitting card for the Pirates. Get that out here. And we'll use that. It's listed as a 173 average. So that's what we'll go by. 3-6 for Kerfeld. It's a strikeout, and he got him. So strikeout number, or out number 2. 1 more out to go to get out of this. Barry Bonds, do you walk him intentionally? Not in a 10-2 game. I think you got to swing, let him pitch. 5-4 is a possible error on a ground ball. 3-6 is a star 4, which is a ground ball to third. That's a 14. I think Walling will be okay. Walling's error rating at third is only a 9, so he does make the play, and the inning is mercifully over. But we go to the bottom of the 9th, and I don't know if there's such thing as 9th inning magic when the score is 10-2. Robert can speak on that if he likes, but 9th inning magic does not seem likely. It's going to be Ashby, and then the pinch hitter for the pitcher, and then Doran. So let's see who's on the bench for the Astros. I think they're going to use Terry Poole. He's the only lefty on the bench. So they will use Poole to, well, Mizrock's there, but Poole's a better hitter. So it's going to be Ashby, Poole, and Doran due up here in the bottom of the 9th. Against Mr. Krawczyk, who can face 5 batters. He's faced 3, so at minimum, he's going to be tired by the 3rd batter. One is a strikeout chance. 17 is too high. Go to Ashby. 5-2, star 1. It's a fly to left. 1 away. So 4 up and 4 down by Krawczyk. He's looking like the closer, even though he's not one. So now that brings up Terry Poole, the pinch hitter. 244 on the season. 1-4. He's not tired yet. He'll be tired on the next batter, so not going to be a single. Poole will have to earn it. Oh, and that white die did not go through. Let me redo that. 2-5. 2-5 is a ground ball right back to Krawczyk, and there's 2 down. Now he is tired, so he has to avoid the double question, the parentheses rolls. But they're going to keep him in there against Bill Doran. Krawczyk 5-2, possible error on a ground ball. Doran 6-3. That's a single to right field. That is a 3. Now, I'm thinking that you still check for an error on this. Single to right, even though it's an error on a ground ball. Let's check the chart. Error on a ground ball, S9, is a number 5, which says Roll 1d6 versus the ABR of the runner or hitter. If higher than ABR, then the runner hitter advances 1 extra base. Otherwise, advance 2 extra bases than normal advancement hit type. It's kind of confusing. Let's see here. It's a single to right, and it's telling me on an error on a ground ball. We use number 5, and number 5 says hit/boots ball. Roll 1d6 versus the ABR of the runner hitter in this case. If higher than ABR, then the runner hitter advances 1 extra base. Otherwise, he gets 2 extra bases. So that's a 4, but that's assuming there's an error. That's a 3. Bonilla's error rating in right field is a 0. So there is no error because Bonilla has a 0 error rating. He's only, actually, I said he was a 4. He's actually a 3 in right because that's where he's playing is right field. He is a 3. So no error on the play. So Bill Doran will just get the single. But that's better than nothing, I guess. And as Robert might say, what, did you expect a 1-2-3 inning and an inside pitch in the 9th inning? No matter what the score is, you're not going to have that most times. So here's Davey Lopes, and now Krawczyk is tired, so he's got to avoid the question marks or the parentheses, but they're going to try to let him finish the game. It's 10-2. Why not? 2-1, and that's right off the bat, he found his tired roll. So see if he can get the game over with or not. Double question mark, 1 for a hit. That's not going to do it. So we'll go to Lopes' card. So if Lopes makes an out, he can still finish the game. If not, he's got to come out. 5-6. It's a pop to third. He does finish the game, and the ball game is over. So Krawczyk pitches the final 2 innings, and the Pirates pummel the Astros by the score of 10-2. And now the Giants hold a half-game lead, depending on what they do in their game. They hold a half-game lead over the Astros now, thanks to this pummeling by the Pirates. And let me check and see who the Giants are playing in today's action. Look at their schedule. They are in Philadelphia against the Phillies. Mike Lacoste against Don Carmen. Let me go ahead and autoplay that game so I can tell you what they did. And they lose to the Phillies 5-1, so they're still a first place tie between the Astros and the Giants at 76-53. So thanks to the Phillies, they help the Astros out. And of course the Pirates with the win. Doesn't really matter, you're so far behind the Mets, it's really irrelevant. Unfortunately, not a close game that keeps people on the edge of their seats, but Mama said there'd be days like this. Inside pitch next week. Let's look at what the schedule shows for next week. And this is all based on what the Stratomatic computer is simming and the matchups and potential playoff implications. So next week, let's look at our schedule right here. Next week, we are going to the American League for the Toronto Blue Jays visiting the Chicago White Sox from Comiskey Park. And let's look at the reason why. In the American League, let's look at the stats. Well, Toronto is 10 games behind the Yankees. So they were getting close at one point. Now we get to sim another 6 games, so that could change. And in fact, let me do that now. I'm holding the game I just played so I can enter it, but I'm going to sim for the next week, the American League, so I can tell where their schedule is and what their stuff is. So let's see. Today was August 30th on the replay date. And next Saturday will be the 6th, so I'll sim to the 5th in the American League. And we'll see what the new standings are, and this may change. That game of the week may change next week based on standings. Because if Toronto is way out of it, then I'll have to pick somebody else. I'm not going to do Toronto-Chicago because there'd be no pennant implications. All right, let's look at the standings now and see what we got. In the American League, Toronto is now 13.5 out, so I'm going to switch that game. That's not going to be Toronto-Chicago. There will be another game involved. So I've got to check the schedule and see who plays that day. The pennant races in both leagues are pretty much over, or in both the divisions. New York's got a 13-game lead on Detroit. California's got a 16.5 game lead on Oakland. So what we're going to play basically from now on till the playoffs is National League action. So let me sim the National League 1 week forward and see what we get. We go to September through September the 5th and see what kind of maybe it might be a whole lot of Astros and Giant games, because those are the ones that affect the pennant race. So let's see where we are. All right, Houston now has actually in the sim is now got a 4-game lead on the Giants. Cincinnati's 9 back. So I've got to see. There may not be a game that's worthy. We'll see who plays on September the 6th and see between the Astros and the Giants. Let me pull up Diamond Mine Baseball, and it'll tell me maybe who is playing on that date in the National League. So we're going to go to the date of September the 6th. And we'll see what the schedule is for September the 6th. Okay, on September the 6th in the National League, the Cubs play Cincinnati. St. Louis plays Houston. The Giants play Montreal. I think I'm going to do Giants in Montreal next week. I think that's going to be the game of the week. I think we're going to do Giants in Montreal. That seems to, because I don't want to do Houston back-to-back. So I'm thinking we're going to do Yankees do play the Angels next week, you say, but I mean, they both wrapped up the divisions. So I'm not sure if that's, I mean, I may do that. I may do that just because it's two good teams and you want to see teams in the playoffs. So yeah, I'm going to do the old NBC trick. Either it's going to be San Francisco at Montreal, or some of you will see the Yankees in California. And a chance to see knuckleballer Joe Niekro. So maybe next week, payoff pitch, it'll be the Yankees and the Angels from Anaheim. I'm assuming from the Big A. Or if I don't want to do that, then the alternative will be the Giants at the Expos. Either way, it's going to be on payoff pitch, because the final month of the season, I'm flip-flopping between payoff pitch and inside pitch every other week. So next week, most likely will be the Yankees at the Angels. Could possibly be the Giants at the Expos, but I think I'm going to be doing a whole lot of National League the rest of the way. So maybe we get this one American League game in there just to kind of break up the monotony. And besides, everybody loves the Yankees or loves to hate the Yankees, so maybe that's something good for people to see. Because realistically, a lot of these games are like one-offs, but I'm just running the Stratomac computer simultaneous just to have something on there. So be sure to check out Robert tonight on 1961 replay in Inside Pitch. His season continues. It's the Milwaukee Braves and the Pittsburgh Pirates from Forbes Field. Warren Spahn against Bobby Shantz. And that will be on Inside Pitch tonight. Next video on the channel, for me, should be Monday. I'm not sure if I'm going to post it at lunch or just post it whenever. It'll be the Stratomatic Demolition League Series 11, Matchup 1. It'll be the Red Sox against the Mets from Citi Field, Bartolo Colon against Wade Miley. And then on Wednesday, it will be my one-off Wednesday game, where I pick a game that I haven't played in a while and put that on the channel. So I'm going to keep that as a spoiler for now, as far as what game it is and what season I picked and so forth. So sorry I couldn't get a closer game for you guys, but that's the way the dice roll sometimes. You never can tell what will happen. Astros clearly the better team overall, but not on this day. And the home field didn't seem to help them at all. Roden kind of shut down their offense, and then as soon as they got Deshays out of the game, the bullpen of Senor Smoke and Anderson and Calhoun and Kerfeld just kind of blew up. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles. All right, so the next game will be into September. It'll be expanded rosters. That's another thing to be aware of, is expanded rosters. And that's the reason why I'm limiting the games to the payoff pitch and the inside pitch, because they have all the players, whereas Stratomatic does not, and even my Status Pro does not have every player. So I'm going with that. And so most likely it's going to be the Yankees and the Angels next Saturday from Anaheim. If I decide to change my mind, it'll be the Giants at the Expos. So I got to figure that one out. Most likely it's going to be the Yankees and Angels. So until next time, everybody have a great Saturday. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy college football starting up. And pennant races in baseball, I guess, are getting clear. I'm not really into modern baseball, so not really watching it to know what's going on. But enjoy whatever sport you like. Enjoy anything in the hobby you like. Play the games you like, the way you like to play them. And until next time, I will see you all down the road.